right, y'all. This is our take. This is Mark the moderator.
Banks.com. The game is the game always.
Bergen, Albany, Troy, 8D.
Yo, okay. So we was just in the crux of having this conversation, and let's go a little further because Banks, two pieces to this, and I want to address both pieces.
Okay.
One piece is what you said is that the female being the aggressor and seeing it from the point of being called out of your name. Now that's the way you was pulling this conversation. But at the same time, I asked the question, why is it that the athlete seems to get the pass when it comes to these situations and fans want to see them get a second chance in these situations? So it's two pieces. Let's address both. Let's go to your first piece, which is about the female being the aggressor and the athlete taking it upon himself to addressing her being the aggressor or calling him out of his name. What do you see as justifiable in that?
Gosh.
Oh, so you see, here's the gray area, right? I do not believe in putting my hands on people. I'm not going to knock a woman out for calling me out my name or anything like that. But I will get up out of the situation. If I have to push you back aggressively to get you up off of me, then I have to do what I have to do to remove myself from the situation.
But Joe Mixon didn't do that though, Banks. See what right you was doing was explaining what Joe Mixon did, and I said to you at the end of the day, he didn't get himself out of it. He knocked her out. So I'm like, yo, hold on, wait a minute. But go on, Avery.
Super late dissertation question, by the way. It's such. I do not listen. I'll tell people, honestly, I'm the product of, a family of domestic abuse and things like that. I've seen that, what I'm saying? I had firsthand experience seeing that. So that's something that I don't take lightly. That's me. I don't take that lightly. I don't take, talking to women a particular way. I don't take putting your hands on women a particular way. But I also have seen, I've seen aggressive women. I've seen women knock dudes out. So I've seen that layer too. So I'm not saying that I give it a pass like what Joe Mixon did. Like he hit her with the one hitter quit it. That was it. Like it was lights out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not giving that a pass because there's a few things. There's so many layers to it. There's the layer of being a man. Then there's a layer of being an athlete and being, an entertainer and knowing like how to put yourself in certain situations and how to kind of get yourself out of certain situations, how to have bodyguards around you. There's a whole bunch of layers. Now, I think the Joe Mixon thing happened when he was in college.
He was in college.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am of the persuasion that I somewhat get it, but I can't align myself with it. No matter how much I see a dude knock a woman out or whatever, and she was the aggressor, I'll be like, Dad, homegirl was wailing, but your strength as a man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know that you can hurt a woman. So for me, I just can't co-sign that piece of it, period. Although I can get why it happens. So it's just there's too many thin lines and layers. But I think that, again, going back to kind of your point, Mark, is that we have to stop having this expectation. We need to have expectation as men. And that needs to be the boundary. That's it. Not I'm a man and I'll play for this team and I'm an athlete that makes millions of dollars, so I get a little bit of a reprieve. That's how class systems are set up anyway. The rich, they get off with white collar crimes, things like that. So it's kind of like the same fold. But I just think it has to be, we men first. That's it.
And
men first.
Avery, with you saying that, and I've been in situations, and I've always said the same thing. No woman is going to get me to the point where I'm going to put my hands on. I'll tell you in a minute. Go get your brother, get your boyfriend, get your pops. Bring somebody else to this table. But I'm not putting my hands on you. Because just like Avery said, as a man, I can't do that, man. There's certain places that I just can't go mentally, and I can't let anyone take me certain places mentally. So with that being said, I cannot co-sign what these dudes are doing. But and let me go one layer better. This dude did it to a sister. At the end of the day, for the fact that no black athletes has come out
that's
to
not
even
true.
take up. No, Banks. Let me say it to you. When I say come out, I'm talking about talking about this dude cannot come back into an NFL locker room, period.
That's not true.
Okay, who has? Because I haven't seen
That's Bryant.
That's one. Come on. Okay, Des. Right.
That's Bryant said, if I see you, it's on.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody else?
I don't know. I'm not on Twitter to know exactly.
Hold on. The only one that I heard about was Des spoke out. But outside of that, but let me say this: Russell Wilson, the face of the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, what about you, dog? What about all of those other dudes on that tough riding team that y'all ain't saying a word? What about all these players? Yo, not even that. NBA players, where you at? You see, yo, that's the point that I keep coming up with, because if this was about somebody's money, these dudes would be chirping.
I guess, so again, here's what I'm saying, man. No excuse in this or anything like this. But let me ask the panel a question, right? If a dude spits on you, is it go time?
But that's a dude. But that's a dude.
No. I just asked a question.
Yes, it's go time. That's total disrespect.
Again, you're right, Mark. I am in the same mental place. I don't care what you do to me. But like Avery said, I have seen aggressive women knock dudes out. You have to protect yourself. I'm not saying
Banks. I never said no to it, Banks. I never said no. What I'm saying is this though, as men, if we fall into that category as men, we're not supposed to let a woman take us to the point where it becomes physical. A woman shouldn't even want to have to knock me out because it never even went there. You follow what I'm saying to you? I, as a man, has to be greater to right know that money just ain't going there.
Wait, Avery, I get it. So what I'm saying, this is why I brought the black and white element into it, because we saw this last night at the Atlanta Hawks and the LA Lakers game. A woman was screaming at LeBron James and calling him a bitch. Like, there is a line.
But he didn't run up. He didn't run up in the stands.
Huh?
He didn't run up in the stands. So I'm like, again.
But she also wouldn't say that shit to a 6'8" black man on the street.
But thanks. But
wait,
that's a different conversation.
Let me first, just to address the LeBron James thing. Allegedly, LeBron said something to her boyfriend, and she said she was defending her boyfriend. That's what allegedly happened. Even LeBron was like, yo, that wasn't nothing to get ejected over. I didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just say this, and I don't want to sound crazy. Like, in my mind, I want to make sure we have this clear in my mind, I certainly wanted to knock a woman out. Without question. Like, where I'm from, there's a few I was like, yo, check this out. But obviously, in my rational brain thinking, I know better than that, right? So I do feel that, like, human beings can push human beings to do some wild stuff. If you've been in a relationship before, wherever you've been in a situation, Chris Rock got the joke, you don't hit her, but you can shake her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds crazy, but there are situations where you're going to put yourself in where you can have a physical altercation with a person of the opposite sex. In my opinion, that's the reality. However, I think that this case, if we're talking about Wheeler, right? Because if we're speaking about particularly him, this is just something completely different. This is the guy just, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, feeling like he has this command or this control over said woman and abusing her. You know what I mean? It's just not like, yo, we got an altercation and I hit you and I knock you out. Like, this because
she's not the aggressor. She's not the one spit at him or none of that stuff.
Right. Case, but it's ridiculous. It's wild.
But as a whole, let's get into the other conversation about why is it as fans that we put athletes on a pedestal.
That's simple. That's simple because we are fans of the team, and maybe not. Everybody.
No, hold on.
Let me finish my point, and then I'll comment.
Go ahead.
Fans of teams, and not everybody, but fans of teams. When you are a superior talent, you will get another chance. It generally happens, and it's not just confined to sports. There was somebody that was working on, maybe I saw that in the movie, but there was somebody that was working on missile systems that was a known pedophile because his expertise was so good in his field that he got another chance. That might be a movie. But the point of the matter is, when you have superior talent, you are always going to get another chance. I think Chad Wheeler is pretty much like a borderline
backup.
Okay, backup offensive lineman, so he won't get another chance. You best believe if he was one of the better offensive linemen in the league, and he
it's a different conversation. Yeah,
he
But
went and
that's the point I'm making. But okay, so wait, Banks, stay there. My question to you is why though? Why do we allow the talent to supersede what they do and not become the greater example? Because that's what I look at.
Because
I agree with that.
Because people want their team to win.
But okay, now hold on. With that right there, let me just say this. Reem Hunt at that time played for the Cleveland Browns. Am I right or wrong?
No, the Kansas City Chiefs. He plays for the Browns now.
Right, Chiefs. Right. If you had non-Chief fans that was still fine with him getting a second chance, you had football fans that just had that was fine with him getting a second chance. My question is, you don't have to be a fan of the actual team. It is the fandom that really stands out about wanting to see these athletes get a second chance. My question is why? Because these players, they come and they go. Why is it that we want them to get a second chance?
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like anybody that's been in a domestic violence situation that doesn't deserve a chance again in life to do anything? Like, what are they supposed to do? They're just supposed to be a bum after that? Like,
hold on, time out.
No, that's what I'm asking.
No. Let me make it clear. You put your hands on a woman, you get the full brunt of punishment, kid. You don't get a second chance at the same job. Now, you want to go to Mickey D's, you want to go to Burger King and serve up burgers? I ain't got no problem with that. But no, you do not keep the same job which you had because once again, what you did was egregious, man. You can't put your hand. But we don't look at it in that manner. If we did, it'll be a different story. Because that's why I said having the example would make a difference.
Is that the line domestic violence? Because there's players in the NFL that have killed people.
Hold on. Wait. First thing again, killing, raping, battering, all those things are reasons why you should not get a second chance. Let me say it again. If you get in a car drunk, you run over somebody and kill them. That's a family member lost. And then you can get a second job at the job you had? No, just because you're an athlete? Fuck out of here. No. Yo, that's what is crazy.
That to me is what bothers me as a civilian. You know what I'm saying? As a regular person, that's what kills me is that and I say, and y'all remember I say this about contracts, I say this about anything. I wish I go to my job and say, I ain't coming to work unless y'all pay me more. I wish I go to work and say, you know what? I just slapped the girl in the face, but y'all gotta forgive me, I'm making millions of dollars for you. And that's what it is. People value dollars over bodies. We know how that works. Black Lives Matter. We know how that works already. It's the same thing with women. And we constantly glorify and show that in all other platforms as it is. So for on that perspective, it's like, we can run a whole list. We could run a list down. Antonio, what's his name, Brown, that's still playing. I'm not saying that what he did was he's guilty for or whatever, because there's two sides to every story. But we could argue that on any case, Zeke got a 6-game suspension on a he say she say. So that's what I'm saying. Like
Hold on. Look at something though. Let me bring this up. Harvey Weinstein, kid. Look what they did with him. They said, you know what? All that stuff you did in the past, you ain't gonna make another dollar. They shut him down, put him in jail. That's what they did. Look
how long that took, though. This is what we talking about. That's kind of going to the conversation that Avery's saying, is that took 40 years for that to happen.
No, because the only reason is Banks. The Me Too movement raised the bar. That's really what happened because of prior to, society didn't care what happened to these women. Now, all of a sudden, with the Me Too movement, and once this stuff come out, you're a wrap. It's not happening. But once again, when it comes to athletes and sports and this stuff happening, where's the Me Too movement at? I don't see them. I don't hear them. That's when I say there's something wrong here still, because we got to elevate women, man.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that, man. I gotta agree that there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to sports, man. There's just a lot of it. And no matter what you do, these guys still get second chances, second opportunities, and it's like we forget about it. And whereas me, it's almost like one strike, I'm damn near out. Like, yo, anybody that does like that guy Wheeler, I'm not saying he will or he won't. We do that off the rip. We spending some time. We spend. That's not even a question. I don't care how much you spend on attorney. We spending some time. But again, capitalism.
There goes to power in this country. There goes to power and money in this country. And I kind of disagree with a little bit what you're saying is because they do get fired from their job. Now, granted, they can go to another NFL team, but their job on that specific team, that contract that they had is terminated. So what the equivalent of what you would be saying is that the industry that I'm in, God forbid something like that happens to me, I should be done in that industry. I can't work in that industry again anymore.
Exactly. Okay.
But that's how it usually happens, though.
Hold on. Let me just say something before we end this segment, and I want to be very clear. Banks, you have a daughter. Avery, you have a daughter as well. If I was sitting here right now and a high-profile athlete did something and violated either one of your daughters, and I was sitting here saying, yo, that dude really ain't that serious. Yo, really, you know what? Let him get another chance. Let him make his bread. How would you feel, man? When knowing that this happened to one of yours?
Well, see, first of all, I would not be sitting here right now because I'd be in jail. Okay, let's get that out of the way really quick. Right? I'm in jail. We're doing this behind bars. Okay. Secondly, that's why I can't co-sign it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I understand. That's why I say again, the measurement of man. Period. It has to be that because Avery mother doesn't get a second chance after that. I batter my wife, God forbid, or anybody else. I don't get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? My job is not saying, okay, well, we don't worry about it. Yo, you know, where in my line of work, I've seen people get escorted out of the building because of situations like this. Escorted out. Literally taken out of the building. Back.
No, you ain't going to another. You ain't going to another school.
You're not going to another college. You ain't going to another college. It's a wrap. Like escorted out. So like it just don't fly with me. I'm not giving guys passes.
I believe in street justice. I'm kind of agreeing with what Avery said.
Yeah, like
in my job, I've seen people come back from these situations. I have seen it happen, and it's really about what I do. You have to report immediately if you are arrested or something like that. You get in more trouble if they find out themselves than necessarily for the situation. Now, granted, a situation like Chad Wheeler, I don't think there's any coming back from that. But a domestic violence situation where you might have a he said, she said,
your union may fight for you.
Yeah, your union may fight for you. You come to the union with, I choked out. I thought she was dead. I was eating dinner and she ran in the bathroom. I was like, yo, I thought you was dead. They're gonna be like, yo, go grab a box and go.
Yeah, the best thing they're gonna do in that moment is try to figure out how to get you as much money on the way out. That's it.
Yo, let me just bring up one last point. Is Chad Johnson, when he did what he did with the reality show woman that he was dealing with, he got basically booted out. Yeah. He got booted out. That's really what happened. After that, he was done. The NFL wiped his hands with him. But we've seen other athletes, and Chad Johnson was still in his prime.
He was more towards the end.
A regular player of that echelon would have still been in the league had that not happened.
We've seen it
happen to someone else. Yeah.
Listen, we have seen it happen. That's all I'm saying to you. It's a pick and choose, but Chad Johnson was gone. So it's not like it's unprecedented. Ray Rice was gone, and Ray Rice was in his prime. You can't say Ray Rice was the end.
I think we're kind of doing a little bit of revisionist history. Yeah. Ray Rice was towards the end. Ray Rice was about 30 years old when that happened.
Okay. All right.
Which is kind of towards the end for a NFL running back. Well, the point I'm really trying to make is that the case study would be a 27-year-old superstar quarterback does something like this, and we see how things get treated. Ray Rice was kind of towards the end. Kareem Hunt was relatively young in his career. He got another chance.
Thanks.
Joe Mixon
That's you saying that he was towards the end. I don't remember when that happened, that Ray Rice was at the end because he was still starting for the Baltimore Ravens. He was, I think, in his fourth year of his contract. I don't think he was 30 yet.
Okay.
Because Ray Rice never got the bag. If I got it right, he never got a big contract because he didn't make it to his fifth year. If I got it right.
I don't know. I thought he did have a big contract. I could be wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Maybe what's the name? You want to look it up, but if I remember
2014.
right, it was 2014, and I think he came into the league 2001.
2014 was 7 years ago, and he's 34 now, so he was 28, 29.
Listen,
the 2012, he signed a contract for 5 years for $35 million.
So, right, that's his first contract.
No. That was his first. That was his first big contract.
Oh, okay, right. Okay,
he got drafted in 2008. He got drafted in 2008.
He got paid in 2012.
Yes,
and in 2014 when it happened.
Yeah, because he didn't see the rest. He didn't see all of that money.
Right. Because they had fought him for that money.
Wow. So he only spent 6 years in the league.
So he was what, 20? He was 28, 20. He was 27, 28 in his prime.
20. Okay.
So, all right, y'all. This is our take. Yo, listen, give us comments. This is a serious conversation. Yo, listen, anybody, man, come on, man. Don't put your hands on a female. There should never be a reason or cause for it to happen. Be smarter. Use your head. Get out of the situation without making it worse by crossing that line.
Especially mine, because we ain't talking after that.
Agreed 100%. But Mark ain't been in Brooklyn his whole life to see run from.
Yo, really? Really? Yo, so wait. Brooklyn is the only borough. Brooklyn's the only borough that women will challenge men. I just want to make sure I got it right. It's only Brooklyn.
I didn't say challenge.
All right, I got it. I got it. All right, y'all. Peace out.